guys, it's Mel here from LW Scrapping. Now, I'm going to do a layout for you guys today for Around the World series for Ginger's Corner. And today's map is Kiki's Big Advent, so the book that we're going to do things from. The prompts for this one is travel layout / map paper and tulips, a minimum of 5. Now, I actually asked my good friend Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap to actually see if she could die cut me some tulips out, because I had nothing in regards to tulips, okay? And I mean nothing. I looked everywhere for a tulip. So she sent them to me, and so now I have tulips, so I can do this layout. So Scraptember day 14, the prompt for day 14 is texture paste. So as you guys know, I'm going to make my own with the gel medium matte, and I'm going to put some bronze metallic paint in it. Creative Chaos Tennessee, Shake It, Scrap It, Create It last week. Picked out the colour blue, fussy cutting, and buttons. Well, I've got some green buttons. I just don't know which ones I'm going to use yet. I've got some paper ones and some of the acrylic, or whatever they're called. Acrylic or epoxy or whatever they're called. So I've got a title. I've got a couple of other little bits and pieces. This photo here, which I nearly just wrecked, is actually of one of our travels to the little town of Penguin. Now, this is my map paper. This is actually a Scrapbook Fantasy paper, and it's Aussie Grunge number 4. It is a map of Australia that includes Tasmania. Now, not many maps, when they do a map of Tasmania, will actually include us on there. So, this little bit here, let me give you a close-up. That little island there is where I live, right? So this is the rest of Australia, all rather huge. Over here is Western Australia. Up here is Northern Territory. Down here is South Australia. And then you go across here and here somewhere, and we've got Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and this is us down here. So we've got Tasmania, and don't quote me, I do this wrong every time. I'm just not quite sure which is which. King Island and Flinders Island, which is part of us apparently. Once upon a time, we were actually connected to the mainland, but, you know, with the Ice Age, etc., or whatever it was, put water between us. So now to get to the other side, we have to go over a very rough ocean, either by boat or by plane. So, with all that big explanation, I'm sure you're all thrilled to hear it all. That's how, you know, that's where we live. So, up here is northern Tasmania, that's southern Tasmania, that's the east coast, that's west coast. Well, we're at the north, I'm in the north, and where this photo is, you go up the coast and it's about up here somewhere. North, we love it down the north. It's classed as the northwest coast, and we love it down there. In fact, I think my husband is off for a couple of weeks, and we're going to go down there for a drive, one-day drive. Quite a nice, you know, one-day outing. And you know, I really don't want a heck of a lot of texture paste on this, so I'll just pop a little bit. Stick a bit of metallic. Oh, that was a bit more. That came out a bit stronger than I thought. Right, got our. That's all underneath. I'm just gonna give this a bit of a mix. I'm just going to use this smaller one because I actually made a bit too much, I think. Right, somewhere here on my desk. Come on. Where did I put it? If anyone can see a stencil with squares on it, yell out. Because, you know, oh, there it is. I decided to use this one. Right, so I'm going to go up here. Let's just get a little bit on here. And we're just going to be spontaneous. Stick a bit of texture paste with paint in it. I'm going to go over here a bit. Where is our thingies? some of these will actually have a tag. Then we'll go down here like so. Yeah, all the rest of that. Probably should have used that other spatula, you know. Because this one is really pretty pathetic. Should have used the one I like using to start with, shouldn't I? I'll stick that up in my bin area. Put all this up. I'll just go down into here a bit more. Right. Stick this to the side. And let's wash this off before it sets. Now, yes, I may have made this with my medium gel, but I treat this exactly the same as what I would texture paste, because if you don't get texture paste off straight away, you will not get it off. It is easier to get rid of wet. That's that done. That can go on the floor to dry. I'll get it off my piece of paper here. That can dry over there. Right, now we will go and dry this with the heat gun. Bear with me. Okay guys, I'm back. Right, so I've dried that to a point where it started bubbling. I don't know if you can see that. It started bubbling. Now I actually prefer doing that, mainly because at least I then know that the texture paste is dry, and at the same time I actually don't mind that the extra texture that gives. You know, that's just me. That's how I feel anyway. Take that. Oh, I didn't clean that bit. I clean that one off. Otherwise it'll be on there forever. Come off on everything else. Right, now I keep going. Alright. I think this is the last picture I've got left of penguin. I think I've done all my penguin ones. And I haven't got our Smithton ones printed out yet. And say, Mel, what are you doing? Really? So you are really, oh, you know what? Let's just take it off that one. I really wanted my page to be upside down. I wanted to do something really different and do an upside down page. Not. Right. Yeah, we got it right. Let's get rid of... Sorry about that noise in the background. We've got some people over the road, and I think he's trying to fix cars, but my gee whiz, he's very noisy at doing so. Now, I don't want that to go completely up there. I want these to come here because I made myself a tag because I want a journal on it. I want to, not on camera, but I will off camera, where it was and what we were doing down there. It was absolutely beautiful day. I kind of just want to go that there like that. Okay. Now let's get these tulips out and see where we're going to pop our tulips. Right. Now, go maybe what they are. Maybe go a tulip. Maybe here. I might go like that with those two. I'm going to use them all on the one. Now, what have I got in here I can use? I might have some flowers or something. See what flowers we can get out. Pinks here. Take get rid of all these big ones. It's a leaf. I don't know that there's any dingoes down there. I definitely know there were some kangaroos. Saw them on the way down. There's no koalas and there's no emus. I can't even use them here. Could use the echidna, platypus. Oh, darn, there's no penguins. They have penguins come up, Sean Shaw. Believe it or not. What have we got here? I don't want anything really huge. Could probably put a platypus. Let's just see what flowers we've got. I know there's wombats down that way. We could put an owl. Here's some more flowers and stuff. We use those ones. Right. Okay, got those out. Now all of these that I'm going to put on has been fussy cut. I spent quite some time. In fact, we might just stick that behind the tulips. Might go like that. Maybe the echidna behind them. Can't use a koala. I don't know why I got that out. Like that. Banksias. Mix the Banksias in with tulips. Now, tulips also have a different meaning for down here in Tasmania. Not a different meaning, but at Wynyard, which is, I just can't think offhand if it's before Penguin or after Penguin. They actually have there in certain times of the year I might just go that there. I might just leave that as that actually. They actually have a tulip farm. Been there a few times. The last time we went to have a look was extremely disappointing. And we might pop a few of those on in a moment. So let's get these ones stuck down. So Wynyard has a tulip farm, which is very, a lot of people come down for it. And it looks absolutely magnificent when it is in bloom. We also have a lavender farm here in Tassie. And that's down that way as well. We've got Amber's Chocolate Factory, which is way before all these places, which I absolutely love. They make a white chocolate truffle. And honestly, guys, it's to die for. Anytime we go down there, I try and get Darren to stop there so I can go and get some truffles. Naughty me. I'm just going to stick the double-sided tape on the actual flower part. Kathy, you've done an amazing job of these. Thank you so much. Because I had, as I said, absolutely no tulip of anything. I'm going to go there like that. And then we'll get this one. And then further down closer to Smithton and Stanley, you have, well, Stanley's the nut. But you have, if you go up towards Deep Falls, you've got a bee farm. And that's where I get my honey from. I don't eat any other honey except for theirs. It's the only one I like. Don't even like the supermarket ones. And yeah, we love it down that area. It's just beautiful. So much to look at. And it changes each time you go. I mean, the beach at Penguin is just magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. then we'll pop these two Proteas or Waratahs, whichever one they are. These are Banksia. That's a Protea. It's one that's got fairy stuff inside. That's what I call it anyway. And I think these are Waratahs. Kathy might know. I'll go like that. I'm not entirely sure what this one is. We'll stick that one down first. And each different state has a different animal and flower that goes with their state. Couldn't tell you exactly which one goes with which. Now I've done that like that, but where was I going to stick that? And I lost an A. Stick another A. I don't know where they went. These I have to glue on. Oh, there. Doesn't mean E. Oh, I don't need another A. I might actually glue that there. So the sticker I wanted to pop on here was Never Stop Exploring. So we've been to all these places. We take Danina. She loves it. And on this beach, we found sea glass. And so we were, in our glee, so to speak. Picking up the sea glass, and they also at Penguin have a crystal shop, crystal and rocks and gems, etc. And she always saves up money that when we go, she has to go to the rock place and gets, whatever gems or rocks tickle her fancy at the time. Keep knocking that off. Now I'm going to stick some geos on. Got some chipboard geos. And to be perfectly honest, I'm going to go about there with that one. And that's there for a reason, because that's showing you where we are. And these ones are just going to go in as part of the embellishment cluster. Where's another one? I just inked these brown. Oh God, I want another little one. Go like that. Right. And I think what I'm going to do is just use 3 of these. You know what? I'm going to use the cardboard, the cardstock buttons. Let's use those in there. And I've got 2 ladybugs. Let's just stick those on. I think that's all I'm going to use. I'm going to stick that ladybug up in here. And then that one. Oh, I've had these for so long. That one there on that one. Right. So that's those bits on. And then let's just stick these on. These I've had these for a long time as well. Okay, they're like that. Come on. Oh, I'll poke this one out the top here. Right? Now, you know what? We could just go over the top. Let's just sit it on here. It's going to cover the Tasmania up. Yeah, let's just leave it there. There's our... We will start... Go up. I'm not going to stick because they are absolutely hopeless. They were brand new and they didn't stick. So let's just go like this. One. This is time consuming, I'm sorry you guys. But I want you to see my process the whole way through so you know that, okay, sometimes when I do quick ones, my process isn't actually that quick. It's actually taken me quite some time since I've been up here to actually get this sorted out of what I wanted. And on there, I'll put Scrapbook Fantasies website down for you guys to check out their products. So this piece here is actually a bit of Nature's Way that I made the tag out of. And the other fussy cutting I'm going to pop on there. May need to have glue as well. And try not to put it on this one crooked. But it's funny, I said something to, I think it was Christine one day, I hope you're okay where you are because there was some storm. And she said, oh, I'm ages away from that. It's the other part of the state, or, you know, our county. It's 3 hours away from where I am to the other end of the county. It's like, well, 3 hours is what it takes from us to get to the north down to the south. So, you know, that's one county in America is so much bigger than what we've got. Let's go that over there. Now I've got to figure out where I just stuck those. Yeah, here they are. So no matter where you go in Australia, you will always have these pests. And pests they are. I was going to do a photo of just these. I'm going to go like that there. Seagulls. Seagulls are flopping everywhere. I want to sit. I don't want to sit down there because they're everywhere. And no matter, you know, they only have to sense that you might have food. They're there. They are there, absolutely. I've got one that is flying. That will have to go on by. I'll pop it up there. I've probably done a little bit too much, but this is Tasmania for you. Well, this is part of Australia, actually. Can't tell me that they're not in... I know they're in Adelaide. The beach is down there. They are in Queensland. I haven't been to WA. It's the only state that I have never been to. Costs a lot of money to get there and quite a while by plane, I think. So I'm going to put those on there. I fussy cut all of those out. So that's that on there. I will be journaling on there. So now, let's go with some Nouveau and some splatters. Go the gold splatters. We'll go the brown splatters. What have I got on there? And we'll go well, actually, let's go blue. Let's go blue Nouveau. And then that sticks with our blue for Creative Chaos. So we've got blue fussy cut and buttons. We've got our fussy cutting on there in the way of these and all of my embellishments except for the tulips. Blue, we've got blue here, we've got blue here, and I'm about to put blue Nouveau on. And we've got 2 ladybird buttons and 2 paper buttons. And then we've done texture paste, which is scrap timber, and travel layout, matte paper, and tulips. We're done. We are done, you guys. We'll go here. And then over here. Right, that's that, and I'll flick underneath. Make them look like enamel dots, and we'll try and cover our picture even though I have got a mark on it already. We'll go brown splatters. So I used some of the embellishments that I fussy cut out of the Aussie Grunge. I loved that collection from Scrapbook Fantasies, you guys. I reckon it's one of my favourite. And we'll go, whoa, that off there. And we'll go here. There, that'll do. And that's our layout done. Okay, so if you think you might like to have a go at something like this, please press pause, take a screenshot and have a go. At the same time, if you do like what I've come up with, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be really appreciated. Thank you so very much. I didn't use all my geo tags that I got out. Put them away for another day. And that's the chipboard pieces from Scrapbook Fantasies as well. Okay, so down below in the description box, I'm going to pop the playlist for Around the World and Ginger's Corner Facebook group link down. I'm going to pop Scraptember playlist and Facebook group down there as well. And I'm going to pop Creative Chaos Facebook group down there, and Shannon's YouTube channel, and Katie and Jesse's and Ginger's, so that you can go and check everybody out. Check out the playlists. Give everyone some love. Subscribe to them if you're not already, and give them a comment, something you like about their layout that they're doing. Because, you know, it does take a little bit, and we love doing what we're doing and hoping that we're giving you guys some inspiration. Even if it's not something like this, you know, even if you wanted to do something without a map background, you got one photo, you got 3 embellishment clusters type thing. I've made that one stretch out a little. You know, something, you know, you might get some sort of inspiration, whether it be something like that or like that. You know, think outside the box. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope that if you're new to my channel, I've done enough for you to consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye for now, and happy scrapping.